Welcome to The Hypnotist, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. Brought to you by the hypnotherapist demanded by celebrities, CEOs, and even royalty, Adam Cox. These recordings took place live from Adam's clinic in London's world-famous Harley Street. This podcast features powerful hypnosis, so do not listen while driving or operating machinery. This recording is not suitable for those with epilepsy or severe mental health issues. So, get yourself comfortable and enjoy today's episode of The Hypnotist.
Hi, it's Adam here, and in today's episode of The Hypnotist, you're going to be listening to a hypnosis session with a mission. And it was created for a client that had an epiphany and felt that they had an insight from God as to a sense of purpose or a mission that they were put on the earth to do. And while I'm an atheist myself and I don't believe in religions, I massively believe in belief systems. And I think that religions and spiritual belief systems can be very useful, can be very empowering, because if you believe that a higher purpose has something set out for you to do, then it can take away any feelings of doubt and uncertainty, because it feels like it's a divine destiny. And that's what you're going to hear in this hypnosis session. A number of suggestions and approaches that is designed for this particular individual to tap into their divine mission, but also with help from an inner child. And this particular client had quite a tough childhood, and by reconnecting with their inner child, that more vulnerable part of them was then able to help them rather than be defiant or, let's say, troublesome. And sometimes this kind of childlike part in all of us, if it doesn't have something to do, it will come up with something to do. If you think of a 2 or 3 year old child, they want attention, but if they don't get the right kind of attention, they'll happily throw tantrums because they'll tolerate any attention. And an inner child can follow a similar kind of approach. They really want love and they really want support and encouragement. But if they don't get that, then they might just play up and cause problems. I think you might find this session useful, whether you believe in God or not, whether you have a grand mission or not, but just be open-minded to the idea of tapping into a mission, a purpose that could create a feeling of enthusiasm and excitement and passion within you. So find a quiet place where you won't be disturbed, relax, and enjoy the session. Take a deep breath in. As you breathe in a resourceful feeling of relaxation. And as you exhale, just allow your eyelids to close. Breathing in that resourceful feeling of relaxation. That's it. Just relax the muscles in your neck and your shoulders. And with your eyes closed, that's it. Just enable yourself to go deeper and deeper relaxed. Feeling more and more comfortably relaxed with each and every breath. Slowing down your breathing and enabling your breathing to really come deep down from the diaphragm. Breathing in deeply and exhaling deeply, giving you more feelings of resourcefulness and exhaling more and more tension, enabling you to feel deeper and deeper relaxed. As your body relaxes, I want you to use the power of your imagination to imagine a doorway. And I want you to imagine this is a front door of a future home. You decide how far in the future, but just acknowledge that this is your home in the future. Maybe it's a glass door, a wooden door, metal door, modern, traditional. As I count down from 5 to 1, I want you to imagine opening the door, walking through the door, and closing the door behind you. 5, just perhaps feeling your hand on the handle. 4, pulling that door open. 3, walking through the door. 2, closing the door behind you. And then 1, finding that you're in perhaps the reception, the porch, the front area of this future home. And I want you to get a feeling of how content you feel in this home. But before we explore this home, I want you to imagine that somewhere nearby are photos in picture frames of your significant accomplishments. Perhaps these accomplishments were shown to you in a vision, an epiphany, a glimpse of an insight of what you are capable of. And I want you to see so many of those things that you've already accomplished. But at the same time, notice that there are pictures of things that you haven't experienced yet, but you're excited that they are part of your future. As you breathe in and breathe out, just get a growing sense of deep calmness, tranquility, and relaxation. I want you to imagine that somewhere in this house is a place of deep relaxation. It could be a bed, but equally it could just be a place of rest and relaxation. Maybe a large sofa in a lounge, or maybe a hot tub or jacuzzi just to rest and relax. But I want you to go to the place in this house that represents maximum relaxation for you. Imagine you're in that place. And I want you to imagine that you're positioning your body in that place to feel even more comfortable. As I count down from 5 to 1, I want you to imagine feeling so deeply relaxed in that place that you could imagine drifting off into a deep sleep. 5, just eyelids getting heavier and heavier. 4, just having that desire to yawn and relax. 3, arms and legs getting limp, loose, heavy. 2, just feeling so relaxed. And then 1, just imagine drifting off into a deep sleep there in that location. And now you enter a dream world. And in this dream world, you are now in the kitchen of this very same house. But I want you to see there is a familiar face in that kitchen. I want you to see perhaps a part that reminds you of you when you were perhaps 5 years old. Headstrong, volatile, cheeky perhaps. No one could really tell them what to do because they had to figure things out for themselves. And if you can see that inner child, that rebellious, defiant, headstrong character, just let me know by nodding your head. I want you to imagine hugging that little child. Tell them they are loved. Tell them they matter. And tell them that you know why they've been craving those snacks and treats. I want you to ask them that, are those things just a substitute for love, attention, affection? And if that inner child agrees that they are, just let me know by nodding your head. And I want you to ask another question to this inner child. That if you were to give that inner child the love, the attention, the affection that they really need, would it be the case that they don't really have that same need for snacks and treats and that processed food? And if they agree, let me know by nodding your head. And I want you to ask the child, what would you need to introduce in your life, in your workouts, in the way that you live, to honor this inner child? Perhaps it's being more playful in certain areas. Maybe there's an item that you could wear, maybe a bracelet, a necklace, something that perhaps you used to wear back then. But I want you to ask this little child, if you were to honor them by what you do and how you do it, would that meet their need for love, affection, and attention? And if so, let me know by nodding your head. But I want you to ask this little child if there's anything else you can do. And just be open-minded to the ideas of a passionate yet rebellious child. And maybe they've got advice like, you think too much, you just do it. Or maybe they encourage you to just enjoy it more, have fun, enjoy the ride. But in doing so, you're honoring them with your love, your focus, your attention. And in doing so, by recognizing that inner child within you, in what you do, you're not leaving them behind, you're not locking them away. You're bringing them on the journey with you. They get to be a passenger, but also an ally in an incredible and exciting story. And if this inner child is happy to be your sidekick on this wonderful adventure, let me know by nodding your head. But I want you to tell this little child that we need to harness their rebellious energy. We need it because there is something or someone that wants to derail this magical adventure. And I want you to ask this little child if she can help you to rebel and be defiant against that part that wants you to go off track, to quit, to fail. And if she's willing to help you, let me know by nodding your head. And then at that point, I want you to imagine calling forth this part that perhaps you've known has been lurking in the shadows for so long. Whispering, putting thoughts in your head, that's too hard, that's difficult, that's not worth it, and why do that? But I want you to visualize this part now in the kitchen. See the part as they really are. Maybe they've pretended to look out for your interests, but sometimes there's a tiny part of people that love the nihilism, want things to fail, want things to be hopeless. They want to squirm in their own pity and misery. And if you could see that part in close proximity, let me know by nodding your head. And I want you to tell this part to do its best. Literally say, bring it on. Try and talk me out of my calling. Try and stop me following my dreams. And notice that the harder this part tries, the more focused, determined, enthusiastic, passionate you become. But also your little sidekick is there. Maybe you can see that rebellious inner child kicking the shins of this part that would like to see you fail. And if between the two of you, you feel that the harder this part tries to take you off course, the more determined you will become. Just let me know by nodding your head. That's right. I want you to get a sense that this part skulks off into the shadows. And I want you to take you and this little child into perhaps a room where you could watch TV or even a cinema. And I want, as I give powerful suggestions, you to imagine what that future would look like up on that screen. As you embrace the calling within you to be the best version of yourself, you know that by doing so, you can profoundly impact humanity and the lives of those you touch. Recognize that your journey of self-improvement and growth is a sacred one, and each step you take brings you closer to fulfilling your divine purpose. Notice that as you trust in the power of your connection with God, it fuels your inspiration, drive, and determination to make a positive impact in the world. As you remember those photos of your accomplishments so far, you can use your accomplishments as evidence of the promises and visions you've been given, reinforcing your faith and committing to your life's mission. You can visualize yourself stepping into the role of perhaps a powerful coach, and maybe that evolves into stepping into the role of a performer, someone that will shape the perceptions and minds of millions. And then maybe see yourself stepping into the role of true leadership, perhaps even political leadership. But always remembering to embrace your inner child with love and understanding, offering comfort and reassurance that they are safe and cherished. You are taking them with you on the journey, not locking them away and not leaving them behind. And that inner child's previous desire for snacks was all along just a longing for love. So allow them to fully be that ally in your journey towards self-fulfillment. I want you to connect with the archetypal energy of determination and resilience, using it to counteract any internal resistance that tries to hold you back. Anything that tries to hold you back is the work of this nihilistic part, and therefore will only fuel your desire to do more, to be more, to impact more. I want you to feel a sense of empowerment as your inner child, but also you, rebel against the nihilistic part within you, channeling that energy into your determination to succeed and to truly make a difference. Because you are a vessel of positive change, and your actions have the power to ripple out and create waves of transformation in the world. Tap into the wellspring of inspiration that comes from your visions and divine connection, allowing it to fuel your creativity, innovation, and impact. It's finally time to release any fear of failure, any fear of embarrassment, any fear of disappointing, But if these emotions were to come up, you will utilize them for you rather than against you. So believe deeply in your ability to transcend limitations, to embody your calling, and leave an indelible mark of positivity and inspiration on the world. See all of that in your future on this screen. Then imagine turning the screen off and walking hand in hand with that child towards the door of this future home. Tell them that you return to your reality, but they must stay in theirs. As you give that child a hug, a long embrace, making them know they are important, they matter. You need their help. And see them not running away, but skipping away, so full of joy. And then open the door, walk through that door, and find yourself returning to your present. As you take a deep breath in through your nose and out through your nose, just wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. As very soon I will count from 1 to 10 to awaken you. You will awaken feeling resourceful, confident, full of self-belief, turning your saboteur into an ally and your nihilist into your cheerleader. Starting to count 1, 2, 3, waking up. 4, 5, 6, more alert. 7, 8, open your eyes, open your eyes. 9, 10, wide awake, wide awake, wide awake.
Thank you for listening to The Hypnotist with Adam Cox, the show that gives you inside access to cutting-edge hypnosis with real clients facing genuine issues. To automatically receive the latest episodes, please subscribe. If you'd like to support the show, please share this episode with just one friend you think it could help. And if this episode helped you, please leave us a 5-star review.